Some lusty blows for and by Lucknow in this innings. 7 sixes so far. Pooran has just arrived and smacked Sai Kishore for a huge six off his first ball. That's where they stand, 97 for 1 at the halfway mark. A half-century partnership, the sixth this season for that duo of M&M, Mitchell Marsh and Markram. Pommie and Mbangwa joins us on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Where has this Lucknow been?
Oh, they were in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
They were going all right then, and all three of those fellas were in decent touch at the time and continuing to churn out the runs. But at the critical time in the tournament, they sort of fell off a cliff and, you know, in games that were kind of crunch and they needed to do what they'd been doing, they kind of failed to kind of keep doing it, as it were. So, yeah, now it's a pretty kind of carefree. When I say carefree, it's not so much with gay abandon, but with nothing to lose, no mental pressure, just carry on, see ball, hit ball, and it seems it's working quite nicely for them.
Half-century number 5 for Markram, and in fact, this is the 6th one for Mitchell Marsh, correction, not Markram, who was the first and the only wicket to fall so far. A sigh of relief was Sai Kishore, who got rid of Markram, who batted really well, especially against his fellow South African Rabada, smoked him for 2 big sixes.
Yeah, look, as a partnership, I think they've been pretty good. Marsh and Markram, I think they've dovetailed quite nicely. If you think about the styles of the two batters, one with the sledgehammer, the other not so much, looking to try and caress the ball back straight, particularly. Did well against Rabada, and in the time that he was going against him, you kind of just felt that he might take him on, knowing him quite well and so able to second guess. Sometimes you wonder who's going to win that battle when two foes are actually partners in international cricket. So it's fun to watch. And this time around, I think it was Markram who had the upper hand.
On the bowling front, a couple of slips, not in the field positions, but a couple of slips for Arshad Khan. Bowled just the one over. Sai Kishore caught the only wicket. Pretty much everyone's been expensive except Siraj, who seemed to be preparing for the England tour with that line in length.
Yeah, they just found it difficult to get Siraj away. The rest seemed to miss length quite a bit and allow for whether it was sort of pickups to go onto that leg side or a bit too full to then be hit back over their heads. It seems when you hit what is a good length like Siraj did, it's not so easy for the batters actually. A few times you watch them and if you see the shots in isolation where the ball doesn't quite come through, they get hit on the stomach and the midriff somewhere, and they're kind of grimacing and looking at each other. You think they were playing on a pitch that was very tough, and yet there they are going at 10 and over, so getting all their runs from whoever's bowling at the other end or when Siraj's not bowling. It looks a decent enough one, but I think when you bowl well, it's tough to get away as well.
Kagiso Rabada is bowling the 11th. He's been expensive, that has gone at above 10 and over. Good idea to bowl him out before the pressure over, the death overs start. And how do you go about using the other bowlers?
I wonder if that's a matchup of sorts, if they're trying to find another wicket. In Pooran, they kind of allow him to just continue on. Perhaps they think that Rabada might be able to win that battle with him. They've got to look to break this partnership as well, because if they don't and you have a Marsh and a Pooran that are going along, then you're going to be in trouble at the back end. I think it'll only be the one and hoping that he takes a wicket and they'll save that one over for the end so that they have options at the back end, especially if these two stay there.
Rishabh Pant, Abdul Samad and Ayush Baroni yet to come. Only one down at the halfway mark, 97 on the board. In fact, they've gone past 100 in the 11th over. 200 possible on the cards. Do you get that vibe today?
Yeah, they should get past 200 from here. If the innings goes in the way that they would like, then, you know, through this kind of middle period, they keep going at it. They're only one down. In the previous game, we saw Rishabh Pant come in, but it's Pooran who's come in this time, and you expect it to be the form guys who come in, although there's always that conundrum, isn't there, because Pant is the captain. Does he wait? Does he not? Earlier in the season, he would wait, wouldn't he? This time around, I wonder if it'll be Badoni who comes out or not.
We'll see, because Pooran is in the mood. A 6 off his first delivery. On the other end, Mitchell Marsh is batting beautifully as well. A half-century for him, so should be a very entertaining exciting end to this Lucknow innings, at the end of which we'll see you once again on Cricbuzz Live. Bye-bye.